Ruth? Words that I particularly liked. Your vocabulary is really growing very nicely, I think, because you use the word ecstatic, you use the word elaborate, excellent words. And I like the one that you made up on the spot when you said, ooh, 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 to express that you wanted to work there or something. It was just great. It fit right in. You used the word well as your very first word in your speech. And I thought that it's unnecessary. You should stop and say, well, and move on with your speech. So just kind of scratch some of those fillers in there. Very often in our society, many people use the word ya, Y-A, instead of you, Y-O-U. And they do it with other words also, da instead of do, and things of that type. So be careful of that. Make sure that you pronounce the O-U rather than shortening it to an A. In table topics, Christine, you used the term formulate a story, which I thought fit in very well. Margaret, your discussion of disco music from the 80s, I thought that was a nice term to use for what you were portraying there. Chris, on the other side, you have a tendency sometimes to say you know, and try and catch that out. And I did catch a few chokes in there, but tremendously improved. And you had a choke in there, but one of the things I did like, you used the word irascible. And I thought that was a tremendous term. I was just amazed at how few ums and ahs there were today in general. Chris, in your general evaluator's introduction, in addition to using the word renew, you also used the word graceful, so you brought in the theme of the day there, and you did have a couple ahs, or a couple ums in there. Mary, your challenge is to work on your ums, because you still have not as many as you used to have, but you still are getting ums in there, so just try to get that pause in there. But then in your evaluation of table topics, you very effectively put a pause in there to explain what you were trying to say at that point, and I thought that that pause was just perfect. So if you can replace those ums with those pauses, you do that very well. Margaret, still a few ums and ahs. Every once in a while they creep in when you're not expecting them. And there are some points where you're trying to get an expression out and you go, So, which is kind of like an or an ah. But thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator.